Way back in the semis of the second group tournament, the University of California, Irvine and University of Houston met in one of the most grueling matches of Valorant ever seen. One that went beyond anyone's expectation, including the Valorant servers. This is the story of the map that wouldn't end.
50 rounds. That is enough for almost 4 entire games to have been played if they were decisive, but we are just finishing up map number 1.
In the early rounds of the game, University of Houston had the spike first and looked dominant, getting out to a 4-1 lead. However, UC Irvine stabilized. As the match went on, Houston would be the first to break the deadlock. And with support from Eric Appleton, Koi's showstopper decided to go to work.
He is going to be the choice for the plant. A nice job by Eric Appleton getting out of the way, but you cannot dodge lead, my friend. Koi, though, is going to be finding 2, and now it's going to be the ultimate coming out. Houston is going to find it with the show.
Right after this round, UC Irvine would go on a 2-round run, flipping the advantage back in their favor. At the half, these two teams were all tied up, and after the sides switched, UC Irvine decided it was time to make their move. Crawling to an 8-6 lead, Houston University's wing looked like they were about to put a stop to the run. But with Nibbler on Raze, the paint bomb would come through in the clutch. Literally.
Wing is leading the charge. A Vandal in close quarters is not the most ideal weapon, but when you land your headshots, it won't really matter, will it? 2 eliminations here for Wing. UH is trying to take that, but Nibbler, so reliable. Nibbler is so consistent, and Nibbler is looking for the clutch. They have 2. Nibbler's looking to finish off the 3rd. The spike defuse is not going to come down in time because Nibbler gets the 4-piece.
The back and forth continued well into the overtime rounds, with neither side giving up ground in the late game. And while the early and mid rounds saw the squads taking 2 and 3 rounds at a time, once it hit overtime, both squads kicked it into high gear. Every player in the lobby had 20+ kills, and each round the tension built up. However, in round 46, the match suddenly went dark. The casters Beanies and Pausable originally thought that there was an observer bug, but they later learned that the server timed out. The match was literally too long.
What happened? It's like the Sopranos. It's like the Sopranos.
It's like the Sopranos.
It just cuts to black. I don't know what to do. How do I deal with this series ending like this?
The game was reset at the start of overtime with the 12-12 count, and after playing 4 additional rounds, it was UC Irvine coming out on top. In the end, over 4 games of match time was played on one single map. Although Houston would go on to win the series, CF1 fans all over will remember this marathon of a match. The match that lasted just too long.
It's still game 1.
You know, we were asking ourselves, Beanies, when it got to like 18-18, so like, 10 rounds ago, who would be the first team to, dry out, not be able to keep it going? Turns out, the actual video game, it has less fortitude than our 2 teams do. The video game of Valorant.